The unknown is around us at every corner. Many humans perceive life differently within our universe. The possession of one's well-being is one of many topics of discussion. Let me entertain your mind on a true story that twists not only the minds of a believer, but of skeptics as well. Which leaves us wondering, is it paranormal? Elisa Lam was 21 years of age when she met her fate from what people describe as paranormal behavior. She was vacationing through the West Coast, documenting the trip on her blog and checking with her parents every day. But on January 31st, 2013, those calls stopped. Elisa Lam had vanished. Shortly after, the police got involved. Her parents, now beyond concerned, questioned, how can a person just disappear? The police had nothing until they checked the cameras from a hotel she was last seen. LAPD released elevator surveillance footage of Lam before her disappearance. The footage shows Lam entering the elevator and then behaving strangely. She appears frightened at first, as if she's being followed, peering around the corners of the door, attempting to hide from being seen, frantically pressing buttons to close the door only for it to remain open. Eventually, something changes in her behavior. That's where the theories begin. Here's the last video ever captured of Elisa Lam alive. The thoughts of psychotic episode, demonic possession, or even an unknown assailant out of the camera's view are just a few theories in question. The story does not end here. The hotel began getting complaints from its guests of pollution in the water. The water was coming black at first, for a couple seconds, and then returning back to normal. After some time, a maintenance man was called to investigate the water. On the morning of February 19th, 2013, a maintenance man by the name of Santiago Lopez climbed to the roof and used a ladder to investigate the hotel's water storage tanks. That's where the authorities found the decomposing naked body of Lam, whose personal items were found nearby. What's strange is even though the tank can be easily opened with the metal latch, access to the hotel's roof was secured with an alarm and lock. So how did Miss Lam's body appear in the water supply, with no one knowing or the alarm not alerting anyone? So let's take a step back and gather all our detail. Here's what we know. Elisa Lam made an internet reservation to check into a shared room for 3 nights on January 28th, 2013. She was first assigned to room 506B, but the hotel's general manager said Lam's roommates complained about her odd behavior. She was then moved to a private room. According to the coroner's report, which I will be left in the description, Lam had a history of bipolar disorder. Medication was found among her belongings, but tests were inconclusive as to the presence of the medication in her bloodstream. She was very close to her parents, and her parents reported her missing when she failed to contact them on January 31st. LAPD veteran detective Wallace Tennell set up a command post at the hotel when police intensified the hunt days later. He testified that every nook and cranny of that building, where we thought was a room, locked or unlocked, it was to be opened. It was to be searched. Detective Tennell said Lam's appearance in the elevator's video wasn't the only time she was seen on the hotel surveillance tapes. The search included the roof, but came up empty. Lam's belongings had been moved to the basement, a backpack, laptop, and things of value. That led police to believe that she had planned on returning. The hotel's engineers said he tested the alarm regularly. It was in working order when Lam went missing. Here's some food for thought. There are only 4 ways onto the roof, 3 fire escapes on the side of the hotel, and 1 alarm door connected to an interior staircase. Lam was naked when her body was found, but Tennell said her clothes were in the tank with her. The coroner concluded that there was no evidence of foul play and that a full review of the circumstances didn't support the idea that Lam intended to harm herself. And finally, a quote from Detective Tennell himself. "My partner and I tried to figure out how somebody could have put her in there, and it's difficult for someone to have been able to do that and not leave any prints, not leave DNA or anything like that, so she had to have put herself in there." Now, with all the evidence on the table, what was Miss Lam scared of, and what made her contort her body before disappearing from the elevator's camera site? I believe we may never truly know for certain. The hotel she was last seen at is called the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Miss Lam is now one of many unusual events this hotel has captured. Rich Ramirez, who was found guilty of 14 slayings in 1980s, lived on the 14th floor for several months in 85. An international serial killer, Jack Unterweger, is suspected of murdering 3 prostitutes during the time he lived there in 1991. Also, in 1962, a female occupant jumped out of one of the hotel's windows, killing herself and a pedestrian she landed on. Now, with all this coincidence happening in one place, it makes you question, is it paranormal? Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and would like more videos about the unknown. Please do not be afraid to comment below on your experiences with otherworldly events in your personal life. I hope to see you in the next video.